Engaging in voluntary activities in sport provides citizens with new skills, thereby contributing positively, among other things, to their employability and strengthening their sense of belonging to society, and can be a catalyst for social change. Voluntary activities in sport can contribute to the growth and strengthening of social capital through the development of a social network based on trust and cooperation. Sport event management includes a devoted team, both sport entities, staff and volunteers, with a clear understanding of all aspects of the event, from the sport competition to accreditation and security, sponsorship and marketing, protocol and hospitality, and much more. Sport events were organised on a regular or ad hoc basis in the last century, either in one sport or in a combination of sports, such as the Olympic Games. History reveals that sport events have a significant role in the development of our society and have reached to be an important part of our daily life, as both stage to present human possibilities and to entertain the wide audience. Sport is the largest sector of the civil society in Europe and involves over 35 million Europeans volunteering for sports. Volunteering has many benefits, but not just for sports, but also the individual volunteers, their communities and society. Based on the European Council conclusions on the role of voluntary activities in sport in promoting active citizenship, voluntary activities in sport are among the most attractive and popular forms of social activity in Europe and are part of the social heritage of sport. The organisation of sporting events, including those organised by professional and commercial sporting bodies, as well as day-to-day activities carried out in sport in many member states, rely on volunteers and voluntary activities. Depending on the scale of the event itself, elite, professional sport, grassroots sport, or sport in the educational system, the organisational aspects might vary, but the main elements in the delivery of sport event are as follows. Preparatory activities. Preparation of a sport event is a crucial part of its success. In this phase, the main activities are focused on communication, logistics, adopting an action plan, and training of involved actors. Implementation activities. Delivery of the sport event itself in the same way it has been planned and following the action plan. Reporting, follow-up activities. After the end of each event, an reporting and analysis phase should be implemented that also can be part of your volunteering experience. Sport event management teams deal with a plethora of issues related to planning, organising, leading, and delivering sport events. Their areas of responsibility can be very broad or very specific, depending on factors like the size of the sport event. During the delivery of the sport events, there are multiple positions that attract volunteers based on their abilities, skills, knowledge, and motivation. The main division of tasks is either sport-specific aspects of the event or the logistic part. Example of division of volunteers might include the following positions. Sport-specific aspects, depending on the concrete sport and scale of the event. Referees and sport-specific staff, doping control systems, technical support, facility management and logistics, logistical aspects, the what, where, how, and the who of the event. Accreditation, secretariat, transportation, hospitality, accommodation and meals and catering, ceremonies, security, VIP guests and protocol events, press center, work or team offices, welcome or informational desks at main transportation points, translations, cultural program. Are you already wondering how to join a sports event as a volunteer? Well, there are different opportunities, such as apply to an open call for recruitment of volunteers, follow your favorite teams and organizations, and or contact them for volunteering opportunities, become part of a sport club or sport organization, and follow their updates about the sport events they deliver. To be a volunteer during a sport event is a responsibility that you have to be aware of. The lock that we have already mentioned is counting on you and cannot implement a successful event without your contribution. Be committed and contribute to a great event through responsible behavior, initiative, professional attitude, and positive energy. We have highlighted your responsibilities, but you also have your rights, and let's find out some of them. Right of information about the activities that he or she will be responsible for. Personal safety and security during the event, including personal data protection. Equal opportunities and non-discriminative environment. Suitable training opportunities in connection with the volunteering activities to be implemented. Insurance and personal equipment. if such is needed, certification for the implemented volunteering activities. There are several points that we would specifically like to attract your attention to: safety and security of all involved individuals, athletes, sports staff, fans and supporters, and good governance principles. We believe that this information is highly important, and you can consider those aspects in every field of your life. Safety and security during sport events delivery. Whether taking part as a volunteer in a relatively small professional sporting event or a large-scale event such as the World Cup finals, many people fail to appreciate the preparation and the training required to ensure the safety and security of participants and those in attendance. When you consider that the 2012 London Olympics involved 70,000 volunteers, all of which required some kind of training and guidance, this puts the challenges into context. We are not suggesting that all sporting events will attract tens of thousands of people, but even just a few hundred unexpected attendees can be challenging unless training and guidance has been sufficient. In the field of safety and security of sports events, one main rule is always on the table: prepare for the worst case scenario and expect the best one. Staff, volunteers are trained to expect the unexpected. Medical staff is available and easily reachable. Security responsible are well trained and are well aware of the security reaction protocols. Crowd issues are identified and addressed immediately. Backup plans are in place. Exit routes are clearly defined. Staff are trained to remain calm in difficult circumstances. One of the major safety and security challenges might be the medical emergencies, and those injuries might be summarized as the most common during sports events are crush injuries, cuts and lacerations, broken bones, injuries as a consequence of violent altercations. What should we do as volunteers if a medical emergency takes place during the event? We know that many of us would try to help, but the proper action should be to contact the medical team as soon as possible and to assist their support. Do not try to implement any medical activities yourself if you do not have a medical background, as this might provide further damage to the injured person. Even volunteers that have attended first aid courses might be potentially dangerous in such a situation. So keep calm, call the medical team, and support the process. Another type of safety and security emergency might include violence and hooliganism activities, biosecurity emergency, and even a terrorist attack, as the sport field might be an attractive target with its huge number of people in one spot. So, how to be prepared? Training is a vital part of maintaining a safe and secure environment in which to enjoy good sporting events. Good governance principles implementation during sport event delivery. Sport has evolved dramatically in just the last 20 years. At the elite level, there has been a transformation in the commercialization of sport. Major sporting events attract millions of viewers, hundreds of thousands of spectators, and generate significant revenues. Sponsorship and merchandising activity has also grown exponentially. Media interest in sport has risen to new highs, and the recent emergence of social media networks means sport is now subject to a greater and swifter level of scrutiny and public interest than ever before. Good governance has 8 major characteristics. It is participatory, consensus-orientated, accountable, transparent, responsive, effective and efficient, equitable and inclusive, and follows the rule of law. Try to follow these 8 principles in all your volunteering activities during a sport event, and it will lead you to a great satisfaction of quality implemented activities. We hope that the provided information was useful and you are ready to become a sport event volunteer. See you at the sports field.